It was too easy.
But let's continue on here. Why is that not working? Let's continue on here. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos, Escobar, and Dominik Mysterio. Basically, continuation from WrestleMania 39 in a way. Right? And SummerSlam, especially from Logan Paul winning the United States title. Basically, Santos Escobar getting help from Dominik Mysterio the past couple weeks over Dragon Lee, over other the LWO members, Carlito. And basically, Rey Mysterio has come back to show the pride of LWO and go up against Legado del Fantasma. I can't always pronounce that. But, yep, this is leading up to that. Dragon Lee also added to the LWO. What do you guys think about this one? Who do you guys have winning?
All right, Luz, you can go first on this one.
This one's a kind of a tough one. I don't know. Part of me is like, yeah, Rey, Dragon Lee, but I think I'm gonna go Santos and Dominick. Dominick is still red hot heel. Will get a massive boos from the crowd. Rey doesn't need a win at this point. He got like we said, he got his win last year. I feel like this is the year for Dom, and definitely also to give a bump to Santos Escobar as well. So that's gonna be my pick, just because Dragon Lee, I feel like we've seen him pop up here and there. Now he's obviously under Rey's wing and everything, but I feel like he's still finding his footing. Where he's not consistently on TV every week. Sometimes he's in NXT, then he's coming back up. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really seen everything that's been. I know that Dom basically went to SmackDown and just basically tried to like attack Rey and everything, and because I remember the whole like mommy thing, she was like, "Oh, you should have told me, like I would have been there to help you or whatever." But I think just the way things are right now, I feel like Santos and Dominick will get the pop and obviously do use their heel tactics to get a win. So that's where I'm going with
that. To echo your sentiments on Dragon Lee, I actually thought he was a guy that would be featured a lot more on SmackDown. I mean, they made such a huge deal about him coming up. They had the promo packages hyping him up. I mean, he never disappoints. I still remember the match he had with Axiom on SmackDown, which was low key one of the best matches SmackDown has had in a while. I'll understand why he's not featured more. I mean, Rey Mysterio has endorsed him as the future of Lucha Libre. I would love to see more of him, but as far as this match goes, I think that Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee are gonna pull it out, just for the fact that this whole feud started as an injury angle with Santos taking out Rey. They had the one-on-one match where Santos came out on top thanks to Dominick. So technically, Rey hasn't gotten his comeuppance yet in this feud, and he said it on SmackDown when the match was made official. He looked at it as an opportunity to take on two people who've betrayed and who he despises right now the most. So, and like I said, in talking about Dragon Lee being on this stage, and you really want to establish him as the future of Lucha Libre, I think that Rey and Dragon Lee will come out on top. I honestly think with Dominick and Rey, they may go with the story of, yeah, you hate your father, but you can't beat him. and they're gonna make a story out of it because we're gonna see Rey and Dominick 1-on-1 again, and I think that's when Dominick finally beats him. I feel like they're gonna take that and make a story out of it because Dominick can't beat him. So I'm gonna go Rey and Dragon Lee.
All good points, but I'm going with Santos Escobar and Dominik Mysterio, and here's why. And I know this is going to say, if this match list is in order, that's two heels winning to start off WrestleMania, which I'm not confident in. But I feel confident enough to say Santos and Dominick are going to win because Rey Mysterio doesn't need it.
He already got his win last year.
He doesn't need it. He's won multiple times at WrestleMania. He's been there. He's the elder statesman of the Luchadors. Cool, understand that. But Santos Escobar and Dominik Mysterio, both two young guys who needed something. I think two guys that have been hindered. Well, Santos in particular, since Logan Paul's the United States champion, and even Dragon Lee or a part of that, because these should be two guys that are competing in that mid card for that title. I feel like. But ultimately, I just feel like those guys, they need something. Again, another thing similar to what I said about Jimmy Uso. They need something to fall on. They need something to continue their momentum. Dominik Mysterio has been in Judgment Day, picking up wins here and there. He was probably the hardest worker last year, working nearly every show, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. And now even this thing with the Judgment Day where he's kind of losing his place, he's been kind of running around behind Rhea Ripley, running around with JD McDonough. He's kind of been on the outside a little bit. And even though he's been kind of added to this feud between LWO and Legado del Fantasma, Santos also needs something. Like, this should be something that continues to boost Santos and Dominic. Honestly, more of the younger guys here over Rey Mysterio. And I feel like this Dragon Lee's in the match to take the pin, unfortunately, even though as awesome he's never had a bad showing since he's been called up in NXT. He was good. SmackDown, he's been good. I don't think he's looked bad in any particular match that he's been on wrestling. It's just getting him over with the audience, and I think his in-ring style gets him over with the audience. But I just feel like right now, him and Rey don't need a win. Rey can't. I just don't feel like the win does anything for Rey Mysterio. How much more can you boost Rey Mysterio over Dominik Mysterio? Like, this whole feud, and especially with Santos involved in it now, it's like, we can't keep having Rey Mysterio just beat up everybody. We can't have that.
So you're saying that as young guys, both Santos and Dominic kind of need the win over the aging Rey Mysterio. So you're saying those two young guys pretty much cancel out Dragon Lee. So they need it. So they need it more.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a tag match because it's like, well, one, you got to get Rey Mysterio on the card. He's legendary. Legend Luchador, you got to have him on the card. I'm pretty sure Legado del Fantasma is going to get involved in some capacity.
Yeah.
LWO is going to get involved in some capacity. But Santos and Dominic should get the win. I just feel like it's the right thing to do. Like, we got to stop, not in terms of part-timers or old-timers or whatever the case may be, but it's like, I think it's rightfully so that those two guys get their win. They get their moment to try to propel them into something else and become stars. Because again, Rey Mysterio has already done it all. He's already done it all at WrestleMania, literally.
Like, if you want to progress Lucha Libre, you got to progress other luchadors.
And Santos Escobar,
he's endorsing one of them.
But
okay,
he's
so
also in the match.
In your prediction, is Dragon Lee going to pick up the pin?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Dragon Lee's going to get the win.
So that's
exactly what I was thinking.
That's my thing with Dragon Lee. I feel like in ring ability, he's out there. He's great. I just don't think they haven't let him be on the mic, and he's honestly not overshadowed by Rey. But it's like, yes, Rey's endorsing him, but it's like you kind of got to let him do his own thing, And it's like, I feel like this pairing was just like, hey, I need a partner. Come be my partner against these two dicks who've been like in my side thorn for how long, basically like 2 years now or whatever, So
I mean, who is he gonna ask? Carlito?
Why not?
That's what it should be.
It should
be Rey. It should be Rey and Carlito. That's what we've been waiting to see.
If it was Rey and Carlito, then you'd have to go Santos and Dominic, because now you're talking about the future versus the past. So I think that's why that's a
better matchup.
That's
a better matchup. That's a more logical matchup.
Logically, that would have made more sense. But
have Rey and Carlito teamed up.
It's literally two masked luchador versus one unmasked luchador and the other unmasked luchador's son. The masked
literally, I'm like, at some point we got to stop. I felt like that should have been the match. I felt like Carlito should have been rightfully in it. But it's like, at some point, I'm like, is Rey Mysterio going to get turned on by all these luchadors? Because he's kind of overshadowing LWO every single step of the way. Like, literally. Santos Escobar left the LWO because Rey Mysterio got the title shot.
That's true.
Like,
and got the title. And
got the title and won the title. Like, that's the whole point of this whole story, was that point right there. That was a striking point for Santos to leave and recreate his old group. And it's just like, they got to get their win sometime. They got to get, like, I just feel like
he got his win last week.
Oh, come on.
In a one-on-one match against the legend, he got the win. Granted, outside help by Dominic, but he still got the win. So he got his victory.
We got to create new luchadors, man.
Yeah.
You got to create new luchadors. Rey Mysterio is what, 50?
He's like 48 or something.
48, like he's up there. Like we got to start.
He's in his 30s though.
He does. We
got to start. We got to start creating new guys, man. That's my whole thing. We got to start creating new stars. But me and Lewis are going Santos Escobar and Dominik Mysterio, and Brian is picking the old geezer and the upstart, and Rey Mysterio and Dragon.
Don't talk about Rey like that.
All right. The elder statesman.
Forgot it's Heel Dan. It's Heel Dan.
My bad. The elder statesman. My bad. My bad, guys. My bad. I didn't know we're so sensitive here. But let's move on here to